Hello girls and guys, Ben at BC Performance Cars. Just thought I'd give you a little update on our little Mk3 track car. Things haven't quite gone according to plan. When I posted my original video some 9 months ago, it appeared to be a simple case that we would replace the downpipe, exhaust system, intake and remap the vehicle. Things ran a little bit astray and didn't quite go according to plan. So thought I'd give you an update. Also thought I'd update you on the business and the way things are going, and go from there really. So it went up to Badger 5 originally, as I said, exhaust system, intake, and we thought what would be a remap. Unfortunately, the ECU that we previously thought had been installed on the vehicle, which we thought was an Mk3, turned out to be this EFI Technologies ECU. After a little bit of research, I established that really it was Amstrad technology, and unfortunately, we weren't going to be able to do anything with that ECU. So I'll talk a little bit more about the ECU and the tuning a little bit later on. So the vehicle now has a custom Badger 5 3-inch turbo back system incorporating a track slag downpipe. We've opted for a 3-box system because our local track is Castle Combe and noise restrictions are quite high on there. So it does keep it down. It's not as loud as I'd liked it to have been, but it also is an ASBO as well. So Bill very kindly fabricated this 3-inch intake with this large cone filter, 3-inch intake straight down to the turbo. It now has an Emerald K6 ECU, which enabled us to be able to actually map the vehicle and play about with it a little bit more than we would have done with the MBE ECU. We did also run into some issues with regards to a misfire on several of the cylinders. So we replaced coil packs, spark plugs, couldn't get to the bottom of it. After a little bit more investigation, unbelievably, all 4 con rods were bent. Now, the previous map was incredibly low down torque heavy. It was running a claimed 300 brake horsepower and 300 foot-pound. When we got it on the wrong road, it actually was running 265 brake horsepower with near 300 foot-pounds of torque. Now, this vehicle is 26 years old, and it has had this engine in here and that map for the past 13 years. So inevitably, high torque, it was also running lean, just wasn't doing the engine any good. And unfortunately, it had bent all 4 con rods. So we now have a semi-forged engine. It's got Hurricane rods in it, it's had new bearings, so on and so forth. We've just got it back and it's running 313 brake horsepower and about 330 foot-pounds of torque. It does have a hybrid turbo of some variety with a billet turbine on it, which does help it produce a little bit more brake horsepower. But again, with it being an older hybrid, when it was originally fitted, the KO4s didn't have the ability that they do now. I know that some mappers see upwards of 400 brake horsepower from a KO4. So inevitably at some point we're probably going to end up replacing the turbo and the exhaust manifold, so on and so forth. Aesthetics-wise, nothing has changed at all. Somehow I've lost my VR6 splitter, which we'll probably replace, or hopefully we shall find it. I'm in 2 minds as to what to do with this, because it is going to purely be a track car. I don't want to be going out spending a fortune on the paintwork. I had images of maybe harlequining it and putting the BC Performance logo all over it. I also considered painting it aviator grey as well, which I thought would be really cool. But to be truthful, I think we're just going to give the car a really good detail just to bring it up to scratch. Bearing in mind, this was supposed to be a £5,000 project. We're running nearly into double that after forging the engine, and various consumables. Obviously, we changed the cam belt when we did all the engine, the custom exhaust, the downpipe, the intake, so on and so forth. So yes, I would love to get it painted and do a bit more about the aesthetics. What I am considering doing is getting some Moret headlights. So if anyone is watching this that has some black Moret headlights, I'm considering getting some Moret headlights and then running a cold air intake through the headlight on the passenger side, which I think will be a little bit cool. Inside, we previously had a Momo 280 steering wheel. Now it does have a coif diff in it, which holds the road really nicely. That 280mm steering wheel was just dangerous. You just could not grip the steering wheel properly because of the torque steer. So we've just gone for this Alcantara 300mm steering wheel as well. So believe it or not, it can really sort of hold the road a lot better and control the torque steer a lot nicer. I do need to do something about the quick shift that's on there. It's incredibly notchy and tight to get into gear. So we'll get that apart and see if we can do anything with quick shift. Gearbox feels nice. It's just so tight to get in there. Boost wise, we're only running about 1.3 bar. The turbo that's on there, I'm informed when it was mapping, is very surgy. So we've had to play about with that a little bit and run slightly lower boosts. The advantage of it is the power is very linear. It's not torque heavy because we're going to be using it for track use. I did though get a hard cut flamey limiter put in, which maybe one day we might show you, just for those occasional times when I do use it for fast road and I can unleash the Asbo child in me. Business wise, we're doing really, really well. BC Performance have grown phenomenally in the past 12 months. I'm so incredibly proud of where we are. We're really selling the type of cars that I wanted to be selling all along. Tuned Golf Rs, S3s. We want to get into small RSs. Obviously buying privately and buying used cars, we can't always guarantee the types of vehicle that we get. We are quite spoiled in the moment that we do have some older vehicles in the form of a Mark 6R that's full spec and also a Scirocco R that is full spec. These are the type of vehicles that I absolutely love. Those are the type of vehicles that got me into the Volkswagen brand. And I do get very, very excited and buy these cars with my heart. Main advantage of being an enthusiast-driven car sales business is we do know these cars very, very well. Longer term investment, we've invested within our picture area in the form of tough tile flooring to really enhance our imagery, to really make our cars stand out. We've also worked a lot harder on our detailing and our preparation of our vehicles. A lot of our vehicles now, we go to great extents with regards to cleaning, and I'm confident that is the reason that we have done so well. There's so many dealers out there that will take it to the local car wash. All of our cars are prepared and detailed in-house. A lot of customers quite surprised at the extent that we go to with regards to preparation. It's not uncommon for us to remove seats to get into those nooks and crannies. We don't need to. A lot of the cars are presented in excellent condition. However, I want to. I'm very proud of the business and the way that we present our vehicles. And with the way that things are at the moment, with click and collect and delivery only, our online and virtual presence is incredibly important. And that's something I've worked really, really hard on. We've changed imagery on the website to make us more prominent. We've invested more in advertising, and we're making a much stronger effort on our social media as well. All of our vehicles have extensive imagery, walk around videos, and we're always encouraging customers to have video calls so we can really show them the value of our vehicles. A lot of them are very unique. I like to think that people come to us because we supply a more quality vehicle than the competition, but also a lot of the time, the truth of it is that you can't get these vehicles anywhere else. And I think that's what makes us work so well and why the business has grown so well. We buy most of our vehicles, I'd probably say 90% of our vehicles, from private sellers, which means we get to meet the individual, we get to go around the vehicle, we get to test drive the vehicle, whereas a lot of our competitions will buy blind from auction houses. You never really know what you're getting yourself in for there. And when we do go and see our private sellers and we do get to test drive them, we get to see their condition a lot closer than our competition would do when buying online from an auction house. It also lets us identify if there are any faults or issues that need to be rectified. And whilst we're going and viewing that vehicle, we have a clear idea of what to expect and also the common issues that arise with these vehicles. Interior wise on the Mk3, unfortunately, the damp has taken its toll on the roof lining, which I'm a little bit upset about. One thing I despise when I used to love my Mk2 Golfs was a sagging roof lining. Unfortunately, the one has dropped in the Mk3 as well. So I hate to do it, but I think we're going to end up removing this roof liner. Obviously, it is going to be a track car, and I can't afford to be spending a few £100 getting a replacement roof lining or to get it repaired. So for the sake of the cost that we've already gone to with regards to preparing the Mk3 ready for its track days, I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and remove the roof lining. I did show on the previous video that we had some Corbe bucket seats. You'll see they're not fitted. The subframes that were supplied were wrong, and after many months of battling with Corbo, they eventually admitted that they were the wrong ones, and we currently have some replacement ones on order. As I said, we have invested a lot of money in the engine and the forging and the various bits and pieces. So for the time being, we're literally just going to go for Corbe bucket seats and some harnesses. Longer term, depending on how it performs on the track, we'll probably go for a full cage and you know, prepare it to a safer standard. But for the time being, the budget has gone way over where I ever anticipated it would go. So we do need to be a little bit more cost effective with regards to that. So interior wise, it's looking a little bit sorry for itself. We're just going to clean it out at some point. We're going to keep the door cards in there because I do want a little bit of sound deadening. I don't want out and out rogue track car. It will occasionally be used for track use, but to be honest with you, I might even use it as a daily driver for a little while. We've invested so much into it, it doesn't seem logical to just leave it parked up. We've only done about 30 miles on the freshly rebate engine as well, so it'd be nice to use that and utilize it a little bit. Hopefully new subframes should be here next week, and we'll be able to get those lovely fixed Corbe bucket seats in there. I'm going to do something with the boost gauge, because at the moment the boost gauge is sort of flapping around down here. It was previously sort of mounted in there. What I might do is get an A-pillar mount, so I can keep an eye on that as well, and then go from there really. Not sure when the next track day is available. I want to have a little bit of a play about with it because drops you. I want to have a bit of a play about with it because handling wise, although it does handle very well, it is 26 years old, and I think we're probably going to get it corner weighted and get the geometry set up a little bit better. Anyone can recommend somebody locally that can set the geometry up. Might play about some adjustable camber arms and things like that. It's already polybushed throughout. As I showed you last time, it's got these stainless steel Bilsteins on it and uprated anti-roll bars. So it is a fairly decent handling vehicle. We're never going to get it to handle as well as a modern car. You know, with wider track, a Mk7R, for instance, will always handle better than this. It's just about utilising what we have on the Mk3 chassis. Obviously, it's much narrower track than modern cars. So it's a case of just really seeing what we can do. Business-wise, as I've already said, the business has grown phenomenally over the past 12 months, so I'm incredibly humble. to have received the reviews that we have done from previous customers that have chosen to purchase via BC Performance and also continue to purchase from us in the future as well. I do probably annoy customers a little bit too much. If you have purchased from us and you haven't shared your experience with us, then please do so in the form of Google, Facebook, and Auto Trader. Especially at the moment, it's so important to share your experience with us. With everything being online, we are getting a lot more customers coming to us as a result of the positivity that customers are sharing as a result of purchasing one of our vehicles. So if you haven't, please do leave us a review and share your experience so other customers have a good idea. I'll keep you updated on the Mk3 project and the way that the business is going. We are currently looking at organising more YouTube videos to give you a bit of an insight into the way that BC Performance works, a day in the life of, preparation videos, insights into the vehicles as well, how we go about purchasing them, and also walk around and insights into videos and vehicles as well. So if you are interested in seeing that, pop a comment below and just give us an idea of what it is you'd be looking to see. I think we're probably going to go ahead with a preparation video to show you the extent that we go to with regards to decontamination, machine polishing work, and a couple of guides. I never claim to be a fully fledged car detailer. That's not what we are about. I am a huge car enthusiast and have gone on the UK Detailing Training Academy, a 2-day extensive course, which obviously has given me a decent insight into the way that we should prepare our cars. And the guys there were very good and knew that we were a car sales business, so they knew what we would be looking for. It's not a simple case of just a quick valet here. It's not what we're about. We take a lot of pride in what we do, and hopefully that comes across in our imagery, our reviews, and everything that we do. On a personal note, I hope that everyone's staying safe. I appreciate the current scenario isn't great, and we do hope that people are doing well and staying safe. I do need to remind customers the showroom is closed. We have had a couple of people turn up out of the blue wanting to view vehicles, and we have had to turn them away. It's soul destroying as a business owner to do that, because what business BC Performance are about are meeting people face to face, enthusiasts, like-minded people, sharing our opinions and showing our cars. But we need to stay safe and we need to follow the current COVID rules. Click and collect and delivery only. What is working really well for us as a business is video FaceTime calls. It does mean that we can speak to customers face to face. We can talk them through service history. We can show them the vehicle with complete transparency. One thing again that I pride myself on is the transparency that we offer to customers. A big part of the business, and the reason I started the business, was through frustration, through misadvertised cars, private and through dealers. So for a better insight into one of our sales vehicles, we always encourage a video call. It's a lot more personal, and it has worked really well for us. And that has also helped with the success of us adapting and being more versatile during the current scenario. So just to reiterate, we always only work on an appointment only basis. The reason that we do that is that we prepare every vehicle for every viewing. So most of the vehicles, when they're advertised, are fully prepared anyway, but we re-prepare them to our standard for every viewing. So regardless of the current scenario, we always work on appointment only. Obviously at the moment we're not able to do that, so please utilise the click and collect via the website that so many customers have already done. And also, if you're further afield, do contact us with regards to delivery. We've had cars delivered all over the country, north of Scotland, Essex, anywhere that you can possibly imagine. So if you are a little bit further afield, do the responsible thing. Don't travel to us, which we are discouraging. do the video call. We can talk you through the service history. If you have any queries, then obviously we can deal with those over the phone. And if you are local, then we encourage click and collect. And if you are local, we will deliver a vehicle free of charge to you as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I haven't rambled on too much. But if there is anything that we can help you with sales-wise, then please do get in contact. It'd be awesome to get some feedback from you guys after watching the video. If there is anything that you'd like us to cover, I know we do have a couple of loyal followers on our social media that are always bouncing us messages and things, which is lovely, and I love that. And we do like to talk to people as well. So thank you so much for taking the 15-20 minutes to watch the video, and I hope everyone stays safe. Until next time, goodbye.